The Chevrolet Equinox may not get the most attention from the brand's model lineup. However, this doesn't mean that it isn't one of their most important and crucial vehicles. Year after year, the Equinox continues to be one of Chevrolet's hottest sellers in the compact crossover category. Not receiving a full redesign since 2010, the Equinox has long been overdue for a makeover, and for 2018, it receives a full redesign, receiving a new diesel engine, improved fuel efficiency, and much more safety tech. So is the new Equinox a worthy choice in one of the most intense segments in the automotive industry? Well, let's go ahead and find out and take a closer look at this 2018 Chevrolet Equinox. The new Equinox here has went on a diet this time around, being lighter and stiffer than the vehicle it replaces. It's also shorter overall when you compare it to the last generation in its length, which is to make the vehicle much more competitive against compact crossovers, as the last generation was more in between a midsize and a compact crossover. But perhaps one of the biggest changes that Chevrolet has made is the styling of the vehicle. It takes styling cues from Chevrolet's own Malibu, as well as the Cruze, unsurprisingly. And you'll also find new LED daytime ring lights, which come as pretty much standard equipment on every trim level. And these new LED headlights are certainly a welcome styling touch that come on our top-of-the-line Premier trim. And these 19-inch alloy wheels, while they're a little conservative looking, they're not overdone in terms of styling. When you also get to the rear of the vehicle, you'll find new horizontal taillights that look like they came straight off of the Cruze. Now you'll also find 3 new engines. You'll find 2 new turbocharged gas engines, as well as a new turbocharged diesel engine. Here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. You have your lock, unlock, your remote engine start, as well as your power tailgate and your panic alarm. Decent looking key fob from Chevrolet. This color of the Equinox is known as the Nightfall gray metallic. It features smart key access on all 4 doors of the vehicle, instead of just on the driver's door and the front passenger door. Also find a new black leather interior, and Chevrolet calls this their jet black. And you also do have contrast stitching, power driver seat, power recline, and power lumbar. The new Equinox here, the step-in height is pretty low, and the cabin design, it features a simplistic yet a pretty modern design. You also find pretty much the same cabin layout in the new Malibu as well as the Cruze, and I do love the new panoramic sunroof that you get on the Equinox, and the stitching on the dashboard is a nice styling touch. But I wouldn't say it's the most luxurious cabin in its class, but it's a lot better than the last generation that has been out for nearly 9 years. And you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. What you're hearing there is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, this is your standard transmission, which is a 6-speed automatic. If you go for the 2 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, you do get a 9-speed automatic. You have lower gear selection and manual shiftability. No paddle shifters though, but when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines, and you also do have a top-down view, and our Equinox comes with the surround vision camera system. It also has guidance lines, as well as rear cross traffic alert and rear parking sensors. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights. And you also do have automatic high beams and the hazards. Let's go and check out the exterior of the Equinox. Automatic driver's side window. Just pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. The new Equinox here is also on the GM D2XX platform, heavily related to the Buick Envision as well as the GMC Terrain. 19-inch alloy wheels. And coming up front here, LED headlights with LED daytime running lights. with the industry nowadays going towards turbocharged powertrains, it's pretty unsurprising here that Chevrolet has decided to do that with the new Equinox, but you will find 2 turbocharged powertrains for gas engines only, and you'll find a new 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which is what we have here. Produces 170 horsepower and 203 pound-feet of torque, and it's mated into a 6-speed automatic only, and this claims up to 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway with our all-wheel drive model. Go for front-wheel drive and you're looking at 31 miles per gallon on the highway. Now there's also a new turbo diesel engine available if you're looking for the best fuel economy estimates, which Chevrolet claims this vehicle can get up to 40 miles per gallon on the highway, which is quite impressive, especially in the compact crossover category. Comparing this vehicle to the Toyota RAV4 hybrid is significantly better in fuel economy against that vehicle. Now this is the mainstream engine with the 1.5 liter. If you're looking for the most power, you can go with the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which produces over 250 horsepower, and that is mated into the new 9-speed automatic transmission. But this is the mainstream engine here, and probably most Equinoxes are going to come with this 1.5 liter here, but it depends on what you are looking for out of the Equinox. Looking for fuel efficiency, go with the diesel engine. If you're looking for the most power, go for the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Competitors of the Equinox, you're looking at vehicles in the compact crossover category. This includes the likes of the Ford Escape, Nissan Rogue, Subaru Forester. You also do have the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, which is the sales king. Very competitive class here, and they're pretty much the new mid-size sedans and one of the hottest segments in the industry. The Equinox starts at around $23,850 and comes pretty nicely equipped with standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as LED daytime running lights. And if you step up all the way to our top of the line Premier, you're looking at around $38,000. Compact crossovers are getting pretty expensive nowadays. You also do have blind spot detection, heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators, chrome roof rails. When you step up to higher end trim levels, you also do get LED taillights with LED turn signals. Rear parking sensors, rear window wiper. Total vehicle price, like I said, our Equinox rings in at about $38,000, $38,650 to be exact. And EPA estimates, like I said, 24 in the city and 30 on the highway. Country of origin for the engine and the transmission is from the United States, and the final assembly point for this vehicle is in Canada. And some of the parts content is from Mexico. You also do have all of your basic power necessities: power windows, power mirrors, power door locks, chrome interior door handles. Love the orange stitching on the armrest right here. Also, you do have memory seat settings for 2 people and your power tailgate button that is height adjustable. And we also do have a Bose premium audio sound system with 7 speakers around the cabin. Chevrolet did improve the interior quality in the new Equinox here. The door armrests are wrapped in a nice soft touch premium material, and on the dashboard it is hard touch plastic, but the graining of the plastic's much better. And you do have some soft touch materials located on the dashboard, and the build quality is a little bit better too, but it still has a slight budget feeling when you compare it to some other vehicles in the class, but it has improved over the last generation. Coming to the steering wheel design, just like pretty much with the whole interior, it features a pretty simplistic design, but it's stylish. You do have your cruise control buttons, and we have forward collision alert. It is also heated, and you also do have lane keep assist on this vehicle, and the steering wheel does manually tilt and telescope with a decent range of adjustment. And you also do have your controls for the information center, the driver information center. Down here you will also find your storage cubby, and a wireless charging pad for your smartphone, 2 USB charging ports, auxiliary input, and a 12-volt power outlet. Dual cup holders, electronic parking brake. Coming to your center console. What I love about the Equinox, like how it was with the last generation, there's plenty of center console storage, very deep too, just like with the last generation Equinox. 2 USB charging ports down there too. Very impressed with the storage space. Auto dimming rearview mirror, OnStar, and you have your panoramic sunroof. Gives the cabin a much more open, airy feel with the power sliding shade. And you also do have your sunglass container. I love how General Motors didn't put manual sliding shades like how they did on the new GMC Acadia. And this is a power sliding shade. And you have your glove box compartment too. The seats are pretty comfortable in the Equinox. They provide plenty of support. Back support is excellent, and they're pretty plush too. Great for long road trips. As far as visibility goes out of the vehicle, decent amount of side glass area on the front windows, and seeing out the windshield is pretty easy. You get to rearward visibility. It's not as good as the last generation Equinox, but there's plenty of safety tech on this vehicle, like the blind spot detection, and you also do have the surround vision camera system, which does help out quite a lot. Coming to your driver information center, this shows you basically all of your driver information, of course, like your oil life percentage, your fuel range, your trip odometer as well, digital speedometer, your timer, average speed, fuel economy from the last 50 miles. It gives you instant fuel economy as well as your average, then your tire pressure. And then you also do have your audio, which you could change your audio source from here. And you could change the radio station too. And you have your phone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone and then also make telephone calls from here if you would like. Navigation with turn-by-turn direction. And you could turn the voice prompt on or off. And other options such as your traction stability control. And then your speed warning, you could turn that on or off if you would like. Info pages, and you could change the units from US to the metric system. But it's a pretty simple looking gauge cluster. I wish they would have put a TFT instrument cluster, but it's not that big of a problem. But we do have automatic start stop on this vehicle, so when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, the engine will actually shut off to save a little bit of fuel. That's one reason why this vehicle earns pretty good fuel economy numbers. And it's not as intrusive how you will find in other vehicles like BMWs. It doesn't, you can't feel it when you're stepping on the gas pedal and the engine turns back on. You don't hear it as much, but you do have your tachometer, speedometer right here, and your coolant temperature as well as your fuel gauge. Dual zone automatic climate control with pretty simple and easy to use buttons. However, I wish they were just a little bit bigger, a little on the smaller side here. But fan speeds, different zones, of course, and your temperatures. You can set the driver's side as well as the front passenger side. You also find 3-stage heated and ventilated front seats. Coming to the infotainment system and the main head unit, this is the Chevrolet Miling system. Great infotainment system here, very simple, intuitive, and easy to use. Now, you do have standard 4G LTE Wi-Fi on this system, but this is the upgraded head unit. If you go for the lower end trim levels, you do get a smaller touchscreen radio. Now, your different audio sources do include all of the norm, including AM, FM, as well as XM satellite radio. And I love the direct tune features. So say if I want to go to 103.5 FM, I could just go like this. And there you are. I'm at 103.5 FM. It's really easy. And you also do have your presets, of course, HD radio on this bad boy. And coming to your phone, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts shown in here, and you have your integrated dial pad. You can view your recent calls as well as your voicemail. And if you go, if you touch this home button right here, it'll bring you back to this screen, which is your home screen. And then we have your navigation system, which features destination by voice, and you can zoom in and out. Great nav system. Crisp and clear quality with live traffic, and it shows your points of interest. Then you also have your digital clock up there, as well as your exterior temperature readout. Love how you could swipe like this. Has a tablet-like feel. Settings, many different settings that you could change here, from the time and date, rear seat reminder. So when you turn the vehicle off, the vehicle will actually remind you to check the rear seat, but you could turn that off if you would like, of course. And then you have your language that you could change, valet mode, your teen driver feature, so you can monitor your teenagers driving. And then Apple CarPlay, Android Auto settings, voice display settings, software information, and then your Wi-Fi settings as well. You have your weather, where you can view a hourly forecast or a 5-day forecast. You could change the location if you would like to. And then your text messaging, SMS text messaging. If you have your phone connected, you can view your inbox. OnStar as well.
OnStar ready. Thank you. Goodbye.
And then you can access your camera anytime you would like, your surround view vision system, which is pretty cool. Traffic gives you a list of all the traffic incidents in your nearby area. And then shop, where you can download apps and stuff. But overall, I really do love the Chevrolet MyLink system. Great infotainment system and excellent head unit here. As far as the way the new Equinox drives, it drives very similar to the Malibu, as well as the Cruise, unsurprisingly. Very comfortable in its nature, with a smooth and crisp ride quality that is pretty quiet, especially at highway speeds. And the 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder provides a decent amount of power on tap here, but if you're looking for the most power out of this vehicle, then you'll definitely want to go with the 2 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which also provides better towing capabilities, way better towing capabilities. And you also do have the turbo diesel engine if you want better fuel efficiency. But the ride is very smooth, one of the smoothest in the class and one of the quietest too. And the transmission with the 6-speed works pretty well, never hesitates to shift, but the 9-speed automatic hesitates to shift just a little bit more than this 6-speed here. But the 6-speed is a little bit more refined than the 9-speed too. But if you're looking for a crossover that drives very comfortably and drives very smooth, has a very smooth ride quality, the Equinox will certainly not disappoint. But this is certainly not a sporty crossover. It doesn't have the best handling characteristics out there. It's a little vague and a little loose in its steering, but I mean, this is a vehicle for the masses, and this is why the vehicle sells so well, is because it's very comfortable in its nature. All right, let's go ahead and shut down the Equinox. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. You also have a new motion activated tailgate. Great little feature there. The rear seats also do fold down in the Equinox 60-40 split, and there's plenty of cargo space. And to fold down the rear seats, just pull on these levers here, or you could do it by the tabs too. And you also find a 12-volt power outlet. Interior quality does follow through in the rear. Nice and soft touch with the materials. Plenty of space back here in the Equinox. And the headroom is pretty good too. Dual map pockets, rear air vents, heated rear seats, and 2 USB charging ports for the family, as well as a regular 12-volt power outlet. Then you have a house outlet down there, way down there. And then you have rear center armrests with cup holders. The seats themselves are pretty comfortable. All right. Powered front passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. So with its plenty of new technology to keep it competitive, its new trio of fuel-efficient powertrains, as well as its comfortable interior, the new 2018 Chevrolet Equinox is a great choice for a compact crossover. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.